Mary Beth Gravelyn Osborne. It is my pleasure to speak to my fellow classmates today in celebration of all that we have accomplished and all that is yet to come. Today marks the stepping stone of a new chapter in our lives, and for many of us, a whole new book. And while that is a lot to process and the future is still unknown, I have one request for the class of 2022. Be authentic. Gandhi once wrote, "Whatever you do in life will be insignificant, but it is very important how you do it." Now, I don't know what Gandhi meant by this, or what he wanted it to mean to be, because I am not nor ever will be him. However, if I were to take a guess, I'd like to assume that Gandhi wants us to be authentic, even when it seems to not be cause an impact. When we walk out of these doors today, we get to make two choices. Who do we want to be, and how do we want to change the world? To some, it may be an easy answer. A doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, teacher. On the other hand, some are still trying to figure out what they want to have for dinner. So to those who are questioning their purpose and identity, this conversation is between you and I. When you are faced with a choice, one half of you says to pursue your authenticity, and the other half says, "Whoa, wait a minute, I can't be the first to do this. There's no way I can go to college when none of my other family members did. Become a doctor? Really? Me? Become an actress? That's 1 in a million. Make my own music, but who would listen? My voice doesn't sound like anybody I've ever heard. I can't afford to study in another country, but man, I'd really like to." See, that's where negativity gets us. It's always a yes, but. Stop with the but, and stop with the what ifs. We need to be authentic to ourselves. Nobody will ever be able to make decisions for you. So when half of you says yes, and the other half of you says but, remember, your decisions will be insignificant, but it is so very important that you do it. Because if you don't, who will? So I leave you with this. Who do you want to be, and how do you want to change the world? It is your decision to be authentic, and it is your decision to choose to be the 1 in a million who does something so insignificant yet so important. But I'm also here to remind you that we all have an expiration date. So in my opinion, being authentic isn't a choice anymore. It's a must. And to all of my fellow theater lovers, also known as Misfit Toys, this is not a dress rehearsal. It's the real deal. And in honor of our drama director and my mentor and my friend, Tim Siegel, remain fearless. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce my friend and our friend, Lyndon Young.
Good afternoon. Thank you, that sounds a lot better. So, first, I want you all to think about Falcon Pride. What does that mean to you? Personally, I never really gave it much thought except for recently. It's actually been on my mind a lot lately, and surprisingly, I'm up here to tell you, be proud of being a Falcon. Be proud of your time at Frankin Heights. Now, I know our high school experience has been far from perfect. So you must be wondering why I'm telling you to be proud of such an imperfect experience. Well, I'm telling you for 3 reasons. The first reason is that nothing about our high school experience was perfect. Isn't that such a crazy concept to be proud of constant imperfection? Our teachers weren't perfect, our building wasn't perfect, and our friends most definitely were not perfect. But look at yourself. You aren't perfect. Our society is so worried about getting everything right, but that just isn't reality. Think about anything that is beautiful in the world. There are imperfections in it. Like Marilyn Monroe said, imperfection is beauty. Embrace imperfection, because if you don't, you will spend your entire life empty-handed. Now, the next reason is that imperfection helps us grow. Look at who you were at the beginning of high school. Now look at who you are now. Look at how you have matured in these few years. The failed relationships, drama, and yes, even the fights have served as lifelong lessons that we will use even after graduation. So don't focus on the things that went wrong. Focus on the lessons that you learned. Now the last reason is be proud simply because you made it. Maya Angelou said, "You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody." So regardless of whether you're going to college, going into the workforce, if you plan to just be chilling at home, it doesn't matter. We have all done our work. And we'll be walking this stage together So I want all my fellow graduates to repeat after me. I'm proud of myself. Because I will find beauty in imperfection. I will use the lessons I learned from the imperfection. And I'm proud simply because I'm me. I am everything. I am enough. I will give Linda $20. Now, I would like to welcome Mr. Donahue back to the podium.
Let's give those speakers a big round of applause. All three of you. As you can see by our wonderful student presenters and performers, I stand before you as an extremely proud principal. Although we've only been on this journey of high school for a short time together, the class of 2022 is very special to all of us. Each of you started high school as a wide-eyed freshman, emerging from middle school unsure what the next 4 years had in store for you. Your sophomore year, you were just starting to have it figured out and began planning for the future when we had to face a global pandemic. Uncertainty, various learning models, and altered sports and school activities were a challenge you all had to face like no other class before you. Despite all of these challenges, you persevered and you are sitting here waiting to receive your high school diploma. You have demonstrated resilience, creativity, and patience on so many occasions. Each and every one of you is forever Falcon strong, and you have made a mark in the history of Frankin Heights High School. Your graduating class has produced and participated in some of the finest academic, civic, and athletic accomplishments in our history. Several of you have been recognized for your outstanding works of art. Some of you earned athletic scholarships. Some will compete at the next level. Many of you have earned career technical certificates, industry credentials, and/or college credits. Valedictorian Nick Davis and salutatorian Taylor Martin, and so many others who worked extremely hard to earn top academic honors. The Frankin Heights Band competed in band competitions and continues to achieve its highest rankings. The Frankin Heights Drama Program produced some outstanding performances in their 4 years. The Frankin Heights Naval Junior ROTC continues to be one of the top programs in Central Ohio, recently earning the Unit Achievement Award for Region 3. There are over 250 students graduating this year. Your class has been awarded over $3 million in scholarships and financial aid. Our students have been accepted to some of the finest universities and colleges in the country, including the Ohio State University, Morehouse College, Mount Union, Miami University, Ohio University, Bowling Green, the University of Dayton, Otterbein, Columbus State, the University of Toledo, and the University of Cincinnati. And two have accepted and plan to attend international universities in Mexico and Switzerland. Several of you have chosen to serve our country and enter the United States Armed Forces. Without a doubt, you will serve with honor and represent Frankin Heights extremely well. At this time, we ask that those students please stand and be recognized for their current or upcoming commitment to their country. We'd also like to take this time to recognize a member of our United States Armed Forces, past and present, in attendance with us today. We ask that you please stand for our community to help us recognize the many sacrifices you have made in affording the freedoms such as the opportunity to receive a high-quality education. Many of our students have prepared to continue training or immediately enter skilled trades learned at the Southwestern Career Academy and directly enter the workforce. I am confident many of you will be some of the greatest tradespeople and entrepreneurs of your generation. The potential of this class is unlimited. I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to have served all of you as your principal. I have enjoyed every one of the moments I have shared with you in the classrooms, the hallways, the fields of play, the cafeteria, and everywhere else. I expect you to become leaders of our city, state, and country. I encourage you to continue to grow as scholars, as citizens, and as people. The outcomes in your life are determined by your response to the events in your life, not the events themselves. You have all proven you know how to respond to be successful. You must forever remain Falcon strong. Finally, please remember my eternal advice to all of you. Be nice, work hard, and have fun. I congratulate you and your families and the faculty of Frankin Heights High School for all that you have done in an unprecedented time. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for. Class of 2022, please stand. It is with tremendous pride that I hereby certify to the Board of Education of Southwestern City Schools, Board President Kathy Johnson, Board Vice President Anthony Caldwell, and Superintendent Dr. Wise, that the students in the graduating class of 2022 have met the prescribed requirements of the Southwestern City Schools Board of Education in the state of Ohio for graduation from high school, and are now prepared to be recognized with the appropriate diplomas. Some students will experience additional graduations in their lives, but for others this will be their only commencement. All members of the class of 2022 deserve to savor the special moment of walking across the stage when their names are called. All parents want to be able to hear their child's name read. Please honor all graduates with the same respect you wish for the graduate who brought you here with such pride. Refrain from using noisemakers and limit your applause until all graduates have been announced. Please welcome our school counselors who will announce the class of 2022.